Hello friends, I am Pallavi Khurana and in today's session we are going to discuss about body language, how to make it more effective and how to be conscious about our body language. Now first we will see what is body language and why is it so important. Now body language, as we know, is a type of non-verbal communication. Whatever we speak, whatever we express in our words is always spoken communication or oral communication or verbal communication. But whatever hand movements, our facial expressions, the way we walk, the way we stand, the way we sit is our body language. Our bodily movements comprise body language. So whenever we speak, most of the communication is we focus on the verbal part, but actually the non-verbal part is equally important, and we need to be very conscious about the way we carry ourselves while we talk, so that together our communication becomes effective and impressive also. Now, as we can see, body language is a type of non-verbal communication. Physical behavior is used to express or convey information. So it doesn't need words, only our actions also can express whatever we are thinking of or whatever we want to express. Now body language includes facial expressions, body posture, gestures, eye movement, touch and the use of space. Now here, touch and the use of space. Now use of space is very important. Why? Because it depends from culture to culture how we have to use the space among two people when they are communicating. In certain communities, when a man and a woman are communicating with each other, there needs to be a lot of space between them when they are communicating. But at the same time, there are countries in which this space doesn't matter at all. But use of space is also a part of body language. What distance we should maintain while communicating with each other. Now, why is body language so important? If you can see here, our 7% which we can see here is the verbal communication, which we give so much importance to. Next is 38% is the voice, tone modulation and the pauses which we take when we are speaking. And 55% is your body movements, the facial expression and the gestures. So why is body language important? Because it comprises of 93% of our communication and 7% is the verbal part, non-verbal is the 93% of the total communication, and out of which 55% is purely the body language part, the body movements, the facial expression and the gestures. So that is why body language needs to be practiced well. We need to be conscious whenever we carry ourselves while communicating, because maybe we are communicating something very different through our words, but our body, if it is communicating something different through the gestures or the facial expressions, then there is always the communication can never be effective. Whatever we want to convey through words cannot be effective if our body language is not in sync with our verbal communication. Now, features of body language. Body language comprises of posture, head motion, facial expression, eye contact and gestures. Now, posture is the way you sit, the way you walk, the way you stand. Head motion is your head movement. Facial expression is your whatever facial movements, the movement of your eyebrows, eyes, cheeks, jaws, this comprises the facial movement, your facial expression, eye contact and then the gesture. Gesture is your movement of your hands, your body. So these are all the features of body language. Now posture. Why is posture so important? Why is it so important? If you know, when we whenever a candidate goes for an interview, the person who are interviewing the person, they not only check the knowledge of the person, of the interviewee, but they also see the body posture, the way he sits, the way he carries, and that speaks a lot about his personality. Because if he has a good posture, it shows a lot of confidence in his personality, smartness in his personality. So if we can see here, we can see different postures, sitting postures, and which are very incorrect if you can see this, the way the hands are kept, the way the back is slouched, it is leaning forward. So this is all bad posture. Now, what is a good posture and what is a bad posture? If you can see here in this good posture diagram, the spine is straight, the shoulders are squared, the center of the gravity of the body is here. And these are all the level points, like your spine should be always straight. But a poor posture is when there is slouching, the person is leaning forward, and this can generate back pain also and headaches also. So most of the times back pain, headaches are due to poor posture or bad posture. So how should we maintain good posture? First we will see the sitting posture. Align your back with the back of the chair. Whenever you sit on a chair, you should always align your back with the back of the chair. That is why we have that backrest in a chair, to align our spine with it. If we slouch, if we lean forward, if we sit like this, gradually we will be developing backaches and also headaches and also many other diseases related to bad posture. And this can also speak very badly about our personality. But if we have good posture, if we sit upright, with a very straight spine, it shows good confidence in our personality and also saves us from lot of diseases which are caused due to poor posture. So we should always avoid slouching or leaning forward. Always align your back with the back of the chair when you are sitting. Now the standing posture. Keep your shoulders straight and squared. Your shoulders should always be straight. They should not be like this. They should not be drooping, or they should not be like a very curved or something like that. They should be always straight and squared. Your head should be always upright. It also shows good confidence. So your head should be always upright, not in a very slanting position or leaning forward or looking forward. It should be always upright. Your neck, back and heels are all aligned. So as we saw in that good posture, our neck, our back and our heels should be always aligned so that we maintain a good posture. Now we come to facial expressions. See, these are different facial expressions, and facial expressions, it is integral when expressing emotions through the body. Whenever we are emoting through our facial expressions, it is actually different combinations of our eyes, eyebrows, lips, nose and cheek movements show different moods of an individual. So this is all permutation and combination of these facial features which comprise facial expression. And we use these facial expressions to emote while we speak. Head position. Head position is again very important in body language. Why? Because this neutral head position is always supposed to be a very good position. Interested position is when you tilt your head and listen to the other person when he is speaking. Disapproval position is like this, which we can see here. So this position is supposed to be the best position. When you are listening to someone, you should have this type of position, but you should avoid this type of position. Now head position shows the attitude of the person and his state of mind. If you must have observed this yourself, that when you are feeling very low, depressed or sad, automatically your head droops down. But when you are very happy, very confident, you will always hold your head upright. So head position shows the attitude of the person and his state of mind. Keeping head stiff while listening to someone shows disinterest or arrogance. If you are not interested in something and if you have a very arrogant attitude, people generally with arrogant attitude and not much interested when other people speaking, they generally have this stiff head position. So we should avoid this. If we are doing it not deliberately, then we should always make it a point that we should be conscious about our body language, so that we are not expressing something which we are not doing intentionally. Like if I am keeping my head like this, automatically it will show that I am disinterested. But maybe quite possible that I am interested in what the other person is saying. But just because I don't know how to keep my head position in a proper place, maybe I am emoting through my head position that I am disinterested. Nodding a little while listening shows interest. When we are listening to someone, maybe a very big session is going on, or very lengthy session is going on, and you are listening to someone, it's always good to give a slight nod now and then, because it shows to the speaker that we are listening to him, and we are also at the same time interested in what he is saying. Correct angle between shoulders and neck helps to keep the head in a right position. If we have our shoulders straight, if we have the neck set properly, then only our head position can be properly maintained. So to have a good head position, it is very important that we have correct shoulder position and neck position. Now eye contact, I personally feel it is very, very important, most important in the body language communication. Why? Because eyes serve as the focal points of the body. The eyes are the first thing we look for in the face. Whenever we talk to someone, do we look at his cheeks or his nose? No, we always try to look into the person's eyes. So that is the importance of eye contact. And how should we have good eye contact? We look at things that interest us and away from things that don't. This is human tendency, normal human tendency. We always look at things which are interesting to us, and we always look away from things which are not interesting to us. So if we are talking to a person and not making proper eye contact, it will show, it will express that we are not interested in communicating with that person. Maybe we are not doing it deliberately, but just because we are not maintaining proper eye contact, he may feel so. So it is always important that whenever you speak to someone, always have proper eye contact. It projects you as more reliable, warm, sociable, honest, confident and active person. Good eye contact always shows that you are a very confident person, reliable person, warm person. You may have seen that whenever we lie, we never make proper eye contact with the person to whom we are lying. Why? Because that time we don't have that confidence. And whenever we lie or whenever we have done something wrong, we always avoid eye contact. So that is very important. So whenever people don't make proper eye contact, it seems that they are hiding something from us, or maybe they have done something wrong. So it is always important that we maintain proper eye contact with the person with whom we are communicating. Gestures. Bodily actions are used to communicate important messages either in place of speech or together with spoken words. It includes movements of the hands, face or other parts of the body. Now gestures are culture specific. Culture specific in the sense that maybe if we meet someone, we may not hug every person, but in some cultures it is very common shaking hand, hugging that person. But in certain culture, it may be not taken or accepted. Why? Because gestures generally are culture specific. They convey very different meanings in different social or cultural settings. It is a distinct form of sign language. So whenever we speak, we should be very conscious about our gestures, our arm movements, the way we stand, the way we walk. These are all gestures. The way we keep our legs when we are sitting or when we are standing all shows body language, and this is the gesture part of the body language. So now hand movement, another feature of body language, the last feature. So hand movement is the way we use our arms or the way we shake our hands. In certain cultures, handshake is not acceptable between a man and a woman, but in certain cultures it is acceptable, and where it is acceptable we should shake hand. Shaking hands also has we should maintain some proper conduct while shaking hands also. Whenever we shake hands, it should not be a lame handshake, but it should be a very tight handshake, and the handshake when we are holding the hand, it should not be for more than 2 or 3 seconds. It is very wrong to hold the hand for a longer time, and it is also important the way we handshake. It should be just holding the hand for 2 or 3 seconds and then leaving it. Also, while shaking hands, the distance between the two persons should be maintained properly. And if you can see here, hand movements, as we can see, cross hand movement shows arrogance, not acceptable. This is acceptable. This is again not acceptable, again shows very rude or arrogant behavior. This shows a very rigid personality, not a flexible person. Pointing fingers again is a very bad hand movement, not acceptable at all. Crossing your hands again shows rudeness or arrogance. Keeping your hands on your waist again shows very bad attitude. So all these hand movements should be avoided. So friends, this was all about body language, the features of body language which we discussed here. They are all very important because many a times we are not aware that what is actually good conduct and bad conduct, what is etiquette, and we generally keep on practicing wrong things just because of lack of knowledge. So it is very important that we should be conscious about our body language. It is always good to maintain a very good posture, good upright posture, good head position, good eye contact. We should use our arm movements, our gestures properly so that whatever we are speaking through our words should be emoted properly through our body language also. Many a time, just because of ignorance of or lack of knowledge of body language, we use our body movements in a way which is contradicting what we are saying. So we should be conscious about our body language and should practice good body language. And this was all about body language. I hope this session was helpful to you. Thank you so much for being with me here today.